Guys, and welcome back to another episode of Going in Blind. So this one of the first decks that I made for this whole series, and it's super tight in terms of numbers, in terms of mechanics, in terms of theme. I mean, it is super tight. So yeah, let's get into it. The only thing that this is missing, honestly, is it's two things. First of all, I am missing an Azul, the beastly one, I guess, and I am also missing a leader. We don't have a leader in case we wanted to play with a leader that's Ice Lightning, because we already have Rufus being a leader for the Shinra deck and Sephiroth being a leader for his friends deck over on the Remnants and the Soldier side. So we don't have a leader for that. But yeah, we can still, we can still skirt around it for a little bit. So yeah, let's see how it goes. First of all, of course, this is Dirge of Cerberus deck, basically. So we got Vincent, because this is all deep ground stuff. We got Vincent, our good old gunslinger. And when he enters the battlefield, choose up to 3 backups and freeze him. Okay, this is gonna be a freezing and dulling deck. Then we got the Vincent in the chaos mode. It's still 3 cost and it's still a forward, but it says when Vincent enters the field, choose 1 backup, and as long as Vincent is on the field, it does not activate. So that's a really long freeze right there. And then Chaos Saber is going to be like a sacrifice another Vincent, so pitch a card, one of these two. And just like this one, deals 8,000 damage. This one has it gain 2,000 power, and then it cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons or abilities. And if Vincent is dealt damage, the damage becomes 0. Okay. So after that, we have our main cast, which is gonna be Shulk, Wise, and Nero. And then we have Shalua and Azul. So we have the 3 cost Shulk forward, saying when she enters the battlefield, you may play a forward of any element except ice. So yeah, Shulk needs lightning stuff. And yeah, cost 2 or less from your hand to the field. If you do so, your opponent discards 1 card from his or her hand. Okay, so the problem with Shulk is nothing fits her. It's a forward of any element, so it can be the Reeves. Cost 2 or less, that is not ice. Nothing fits her, so I guess this is gonna be a pitching card because we can't use it for anything else. Okay, so then we'll use that Shulk as a discard so that we can pay for the other ones. This is actually an expensive card. This is actually a really good card apparently, but because we're limiting ourselves to color into the Cat 7, well, that's what's happening. Okay, so this actually works really well with other elemental decks, and yeah, it's not really working out in this deck. But yeah, it's still a beautiful artwork, and it's still a great card, so it'll retain its value. Then we got another 3 cost Shulk, but it's gonna be a backup instead. And it says when your opponent is dealt damage, activate Shulk. So you can tap with it for before and after attacking. And then you can choose a forward and dull it if you pay 4 CP and tap it. Then you got another 3 cost Shulk. It's gonna be a World of Final Fantasy character. And it says whenever the power of forwards you control cannot be decreased by your opponent's summons or abilities, and they cannot be increased either. And you can also sacrifice a Shulk to choose any number of auto abilities and cancel their effects. So we can use these cards to discard for these cards, or we can just dull Shulks. Yeah, that's gonna be it for Shulk though. Let's go to Weiss, the great leader of the Tsviets. When your opponent discards 1 or more cards due to your summons or abilities, that doesn't matter because we don't have summons here or abilities. Maybe abilities, yes, abilities. Then choose 1 character, dull it and freeze it. And if you have 5 damage, Weiss gains 1,000 power and cannot be chosen by summons or abilities. Okay, so built-in protection. The other Weiss that's cost 6 though, says when he enters the battlefield, you may play an ice forward cost 3 or less. Like Nero, probably. From the hand to the battlefield, so for free. And then when Wise attacks, Wise gains 2000 power until the end of turn. Now let's look at those Neros. We got the forward one. If you control a Wise, Nero gains 1000. And when Nero blocks or becomes blocked, choose a forward and freeze it. And then the backup one is going to be cost 4. And it says when he enters the battlefield, you may search for one card named Wise. So this searches for this one likes this one likes this one, that kind of thing. Okay, so add it to your hand, and when Wise enters the battlefield, your opponent discards the card. Nice. Now let's go to Azul. Actually, let's go to Shalua first. Shalua says, the card named Shulk you control gains 2000 power. So this gets a buff. And you can put Shalua into the break zone. The next damage dealt to card named Shulk becomes 0 this turn. I don't know. I just like that she used an ice backup to pay for everything else. It's not really about Shulk at all. But yeah, let's go to Azul. We have, if Azul is dealt damage by forward, reduce damage by 5,000 instead. What a wall. What a chunky boy, honestly. 5 for 8,000, but 5,000 arc automatically cancelled. Wow. Then we got Azul for 3, saying if it's dealt damage, deal 100,000 damage to a forward your opponent controls. If you have damage, it'll be 2,000 for 3 and 3,000 for 5. So it spreads out love. And then we got the Restrictor. When it enters the battlefield, you may search for a job Tsviets and add it to your hand. So this is gonna be our searcher, our tutor backup kind of situation. So then we have member of the Turks, Cisne, saying it's a backup, and when it enters, put a shuriken counter on Cisne and remove one counter. And maybe we should put it on the, let's do that. Let's put it on this one, see what happens. Let's get rid of the Shinra soldier. Let's put a Cisne there. Actually, this deck needs backup? No, it doesn't. Yeah, we're gonna put the Cisne here so it's on theme with everything else. And that way, because this deck has a lot of counters, so let's make that quick change right there. And I don't know what we're gonna put in its place. Oh, I know what we're gonna do. We are actually gonna put the Azul that we're missing from Opus 4. It's a 20-cent card, so cheap. And yeah, that Azul is 5 cost, and it says when Azul is put from the field into the break zone, choose one lightning monster, cost 3 or less into your break zone, and you may play it into the battlefield. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so what else we have here is going to be the Reeves and the Kate Sith. So there, it's actually Catchy. And so it's cost 2 Catchy. When it enters the battlefield, your opponent reveals their hand. You may select one card in their hand other than a backup and remove it from the game, and your opponent draws a card. Okay, that's pretty cool stuff. Then Reeve and Reeve, they're both going to be looking for that Catchy. So this one's a cost 3 backup. Says when it enters the battlefield, you may search for a Vincent, yay, or a Catchy, add it to your hand. And this one says you can sacrifice a Reeve from the hand. Pitch a Reeve from the hand and tap this one to search for a Catchy and add it to your hand. And it cannot be chosen by summons or abilities. So a lot of built-in protection right there. Pretty cool stuff. And yeah, we're missing the Azul, and there's plenty of other things that we can put in this deck too, though. Like, we got plenty to put in because we have a lot of deep ground stuff. We have Soldier 3rd class. We have Heavily Armored Soldier. DG Sniper. Deep ground, right? Deep ground Trooper. First class, Soldier. Yeah, we got plenty of those. So there's plenty of slots to complete these. So if we're missing 2 slots, it's going to be the 2 slots that we can just put 1 card in, 1 card out, something like that, or just put 6 in. But yeah, those slots are going to be easily filled in. So let me know what you think about the deck. It's pretty on point thematically, even though Shulk, which is supposed to be the best card here, is not really doing much here. So yeah, I think Catchy is great. I think the Azuls are cool. I think the deck is gonna try to probably be working with these guys the most and freezing and just swarming the field, honestly. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, as well as just like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. So I'll see you on the next one. This is just one of the 10 decks. We're nearing the end, but yeah, I think we're missing one more? Yeah, one more. And so yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.